So in the JP says laws of market, next topic, implications of JP says law of market. So the previous topic was what are the assumptions of the JP says laws of market. Here the implications or the suggestions of JP says law of market. Number one, there is no possibility for overproduction and unemployment. So one of the implication was there is no possibility for overproduction as well as unemployment. And if there is any unutilized resources are existed, if there is any unutilized resources are existed and the resources are employed by them, by the entrepreneurs, up to the point of reaching full employment, up to the point of full employment. So there should be no unutilized resources. We simply say there should not be any unutilized resources. If there is any unutilized resources are existed, it should be employed by the entrepreneurs and utilized up to the reaching of the full employment, up to the point of full employment. That should be utilized in a profitable way. As the automatic price mechanism operates, there is no need of the intervention by the government. As the automatic pricing system operates in the market, so there should be no need of the government intervention. And the rate of interest is a flexible one. The rate of interest is a flexible one which brings the equality between the savings and the investment. There should be an equality between savings and investment because of the emergence of or operation of flexible rate of interest. Then money performs only as the medium of exchange. So in this case, people will not hold any cash as ideal one. Money performs only the medium of exchange. In such a case, people will not hold any cash as the ideal money. So these are the 5 implications of the JP says law of market. Then criticism. What are the drawbacks for the execution of for the operation of JP says law of market? What are the criticism? According to JP say, the supply creates its own demand. One of the assumption is supply creates its own demand in the market. According to JP say, but the modern economists, namely J.M. Keynes, the supply does not create, it is not applicable, and the demand does not increase as much as the production. Demand does not increase as much as the production, level of production, which means there is no necessity for increasing of demand as the increasing the level of production or the supply of production. So one of the assumption, supply should create its own demand. This is the assumption of JP says of law of market. But this assumption is not applicable when the demand does not increase as much as the production increased. This is according to J.M. Keynes. Then automatic adjusting process. Automatic adjusting process will not remove the unemployment. So one of the assumptions of JP say law of market is automatic adjusting process remove the unemployment. But according to J.M. Keynes, the automatic adjusting process will not remove the unemployment, but the unemployment removed by increasing the rate of interest. So according to JP say, automatic adjusting process will remove the unemployment. But as per the views of J.M. Keynes, automatic adjusting process will not remove the unemployment, whereas the increasing the rate of interest will be remove the unemployment situation. Then money is not a neutral one. So one of the assumption was JP says law of market, money only as a medium of exchange. But the modern economics says that money is not a neutral one. The individual hold cash for unforeseen contingencies or unforeseen expenses, whereas the businessman reserves cash for future activity. So it is not a money is not a neutral one as per the modern economist. Individual hold cash for unforeseen expenditures for meet out the unforeseen contingencies, whereas the same cash hold by the businessman as reserves, it should be placed for future activity. Then supply creates its own demand. There is no overproduction. According to JP say, supply creates own demand and there is no overproduction. But J.M. Keynes will not accept that. There is the possibility of overproduction. So JP says that there is no occurrence of overproduction, but J.M. Keynes says that there is possibility of overproduction. And another assumption according to JP say there is a full employment. But according to JP says there is a possibility of full employment, but there is a criticism because there is an underemployment in the capitalist economy. There is an underemployment in capitalist economy. Then another assumption is no government intervention. So one of the assumption as per the JP says law of market is no need of government intervention. But there is it is criticized by a modern economist. There is a need of the state intervention in case of overproduction and mass unemployment. In both the cases, that is overproduction and in the mass unemployment situation, the role of government or the intervention government is very much needed. So it is another criticism. So most of the assumptions are criticized by the modern economist. So with the end of JP says law of market. So in JP says law of market, you have to write the introduction and then assumptions and then implications, finally criticism. So the four topics should be included in the JP says law of market. So JP says law of market introduction, assumption, implications and criticism. So with the end of the classical theory of economics, views on classical theory of economics on the issues of employment and income. So in the next class, this is all page number, you can see page number 40 and 41 in our textbook, page number 40 and 41. So the end of the classical theory of employment and income. The other topics, the modern economist, that is J.M. Keynes, he explains the various issues of employment and income which are differ from the classical views on economics, classical economics views on employment and issues. Then in the modern theories of economists explain about the effective demand, aggregate demand, aggregates supply, and difference between the aggregate demand and aggregate supply, and the difference between the classical theories of employment and income and modern theory of economics income, employment and income. So the remaining portions of this lesson, that is J.P. Say, so J.M. Keynes views on employment and income. J.M. Keynes, modern economics, views on employment and income. In that case, we are going to see effective demand, aggregate supply, aggregate demand and aggregate supply, and the differentiation between the classical economics and the modern economics. That means J.P. Say and J.M. Keynes. J.P. Say and J.M. Keynes, how they are differ from each other in their worldviews.